How are you? He's a cool little guy. What would he be called?
To rock.
Norris.
Oh, yeah.
It's like identify yourselves and the parts you play.
Fake names.
This is
No, I am Sean Teale and I play Marcos Diaz or Eclipse.
Blair Redford, and I play Thunderbird or John Proudstar.
All right, thanks.
Yes.
My niece has the hugest crush on you.
Does she?
Huge, yes.
Oh well, let's get lunch sometime.
That's so
It'll be great.
awesome.
How old is she? Wait,
It's
I'm really bad.
She's 19.
All right, well I'm a little old for her, but that's sweet. Tell her I say hello.
Do you have a nephew that has a thing for me?
That's gonna get printed for sure.
So I just said I went with the opposite.
Sometimes our improv takes a weird turn, and we pay the prices for it.
And you lose your job. Yeah. No, as in no, there's no nephew. So.
Can we talk about the conflict between your characters in season 1 and how we're going to see that? Or is it going to be
Between our characters?
There was a rising conflict in a sense. I think there's a unity that comes with the second season. There's something that, like most situations in history, with the fracturing comes a unity. That you can disperse things, and within that, you can actually connect more. Just like the more globalized you feel, quite often the more alone you feel in that sort of a world. And in this case, with Polaris gone, they need each other. They lean on each other. They were 2/3 of a leadership group anyway. They're brothers. They know that. He knows how erratic and passionate Eclipse can be, and Eclipse knows that John at points is cracking under the weight of the mistakes, not that weren't his fault, but that he would consider to be his.
Yeah.
And
coming into this season, I think is interesting that you got to remember it's so much more personal to him. This break, Polaris leaving him. I mean, obviously Thunderbird has a certain kind of love for her, and there's tons of history.
But
there.
not like a real love, right? Because that would be too much.
Well, we don't need to get into the specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna, he's willing to bend and break rules, whereas Thunderbird is probably wanting to go more by the books and look at the safety of the entire group, and you'll definitely see that, I think, and that's kind of cool because in the start of the season, there's going to be some conflict existing there, like you said.
Yeah. But actually, I have voiced not concern, but I have voiced the intent of trying to show how close they are, because I think we spend so much time fighting motive against motive. Sort of standpoint against standpoint, that you don't often get shown enough of the reason why they're having a conflict in the first place. They used to be best friends. Do you know what I mean? They go, John has to define doing it the right way, litigiously and democratically or whatever, and Eclipse demonstrates thinking on his feet and being overly. We get that, but actually we need to show how these two became brothers in the first place. We don't just need to demonstrate differences in sides. We need to demonstrate how that side was curated in the first place. So we try to hold hands as much as possible in scenes.
Pepper that in.
We pepper a bit of flirting, and no, we do, and we try to make each other laugh. We haven't had too many chances of that because of how jaded and broken and damaging this scenario has been for them. But we're making an active effort because we mess around all day.
Yeah, it adds a realistic.
Yeah, we have 2 trailers, but we share one.
One is just for our luggage and stuff.
One is the playroom.
Well, first season, your characters are both on the run or having conflict with Central Services.
Oh yeah.
Now you've got another faction of mutants led by Polaris that are also, line in the sand enemies. How does that find your characters dealing with all these different fronts that they are basically? You're used
to taking it from all sides. You've been under fire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it ups the stakes. It ups the ante. Second season. It's a whole new. It's a whole new series of threats. Like you said, we had mainly Sentinel Services to worry about, and then as we were introduced to the Frost Sisters, another threat grew, and that becomes the inner circle.
I think when it comes up to with these battles that you're talking about, I think the men that are on the show as characters step up to that danger. They don't falter from it. I was just thinking about it. Reed is a strong man in his own sense. Eclipse has an emotional strength, whether he boasts about it or not. John has an immense amount of strength, and it goes without saying, not only physical strength,
lots of that.
A bit. And all of the strength. I've got the emotional strength because I've got nothing
has strength
there.
of heart.
My heart's massive.
A lot good that'll do me in a gunfight.
Yeah. You're actually
great.
a bigger target to die easily. But no, I think all these men. So the more challenges that they face, the further they'll go into the fray. I think actually, I think I could say that about the men, in this group, and the women, of course. But I was just in relation to us. I was saying, but actually we've got some immensely strong, powerful female characters. So.
Yeah, and it's 3 and 4 fold on that threat because we're dealing with purifiers, we're dealing with.
We only
warlocks
say it
being
at the same
introduced.
time.
Yeah. Sometimes we finish each other's sandwiches. Love them. Yeah.
So, real quick, in season 2, will we pick up right after the events of the season 1 finale, or will time it?
No, you will not. There will be a 6-month time jump, and that brings us closer to the birth of the child, my child. And we don't know actually. It could be the Milkmans. I don't know.
Sure.
That's an English thing. The
Could come out with a Thunderbird tattoo on his arm.
Yeah. What? He comes out in army camo. Come out a Marine. What just happened?
I'm just in the background shrugging.
Yeah. Here's Garbo.
One time.
Yeah, exactly. It's very curved.
But yeah, 6-month time jump.
6
Which
months
is
is
exciting. I mean, because you see, you see so many. Just a bit. Actually, it was pretty scandalous what we just said.
That was pretty
We're not
inappropriate.
going to get into it.
It must have been about each other then.
But no, there's a 6-month time jump, and it's closer to the birthing of the birth of our child. And they've been on the run from Atlanta. That debacle that happened in Atlanta, they've been tracking bit by bit using previous underground networks or other stations that are still managing to cling on. We've used our contacts to try and whittle down the areas that the inner circle have left and set up their base in, and we have moved northeast towards Washington DC, and we have found ourselves quite close. By the time you find us at the beginning of series 2, we know that we're in the vicinity of them. We just can't tell where, and something happens in episode 1 that gives them a signal that they might quite be right on top of them, and they don't know.
Clue.
Yeah.
And I just think from a character standpoint, it's so great to see a 6-month development on a lot of things.
So much has happened.
That maybe the fans wanted to see, or I mean, like for Thunderbird and I almost said Thunderbird
Clips,
and Clips. No, Thunderbird and Blink. That's what I was getting my relationship.
Did you keep?
But they're 6 months into his last girl got shot in the chest, so.
She did get shot in the chest.
So they have a stable relationship. You're coming in.
So bitter.
You're coming in
She
seeing
took
them,
you away from me.
hot and heavy, and I think there's a lot of fans that are gonna enjoy that. Next.
Next.
Well, with the two of your characters,
Yes.
now at odds, have you had a lot of screen time together early in season 2, or are
We
you
can't
separated?
say.
You can't say.
We've been.
We can't say,
separated,
but
we also can't say.
what we have will make up for all the times you don't see each other.
It's not a secret that it's going to be heartbreaking. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
It's the saddest. Even like being in this scene, we go to work and just cry for hours on the days we work together. It is the saddest and most heartbreaking thing because these are two people that, not just us, but this child that we've created is our DNA. And of course, this whole show is about DNA. It's about being a minority and the genes that come along with that. And the fact that these 3 people, these 2 and this child are meant to be together.
Yeah.
Just biologically, it sucks that they can't.
Yeah, it was so. Although you don't get to see us play too much just yet, when you do see it, I hope you'll enjoy it because it was some really lovely moments.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.